So we are live at the FME Chamber, that's Fife Milton Edgewood Chamber of Commerce, and we are happy to be here today. My name is Lora Butterfield, and I'm the President and CEO of the Fife Milton Edgewood Chamber of Commerce. And in this video today, we're going to be interviewing Richard Cosner, who is running for City Council in the City of Milton. So thank you for being here with us.
Oh, thank you, Laura. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so Richard, let's start out just by telling us a little bit about yourself and why you wanted to run for City Council.
I just moved here in 2010 with my wife. I was in the Army for 20 plus years and transplanted here from Montana and been loving it ever since. And actually didn't want to run for City Council, but my wife convinced me that since they're every time anyway, so might as well be there for official reasons.
Yeah, that's great.
It's been fun.
Very good. Okay, so let's get started with a few questions here. First of all, I wanted to thank our Government Affairs Committee who has put together the questions, and they've done a great job at that. And so we'll go ahead and get started.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the strengths of the city right now?
The strengths of the city is, we have a good economic plan with the mayor and stuff. The council's done a really excellent job in getting the budget together and getting it prepared earlier this year than before, with a lot of openness and citizen participation. So it's been really an open affair with the budget, and I really appreciate that of the mayor and the city. The citizens of the city have always stepped up, and they are the positive force behind Milton.
Mm-hmm.
Prime example is the Alder Ridge fire. I mean, there was such an outpouring of citizen involvement for that fire and victims. It just encouraged a lot of people.
Yeah, that was a great thing to watch and see how the community came together with that. So many different people helped with that. So we are live, and as people start coming on, right, we don't have anyone right now, but as people start coming on, I will probably do a little shout out to them, and so as you come on, let us know that you're here. Do a little thumbs up, or like us. And so our next question, we're going on to areas of improvement. Mm-hmm. What are some of the areas of improvement that you see in the city that you could make a difference?
I see there's a few areas. The council and the mayor have done an excellent job, with the administration and stuff, but there's still a few finer areas that need to be tweaked with citizen programs, youth programs. I know there's a lot of interest for youth programs in the community and getting more of them, and the mayor's been really excellent about reaching out to those groups, and I'd like to see that go further. Some roadway improvements, there's a ton of discussion about what's going on, and with the new city engineer coming on board and working with WashDOT and the state legislature and stuff like that with getting transportation improvements, and it's been kind of a big topic lately. So definitely with our police department, I personally would love to see 2 additional officers on top of our 14.
Yeah.
But our biggest issue with that is just more petty crimes of opportunity, shoplifting, things like that. And it ties up an officer, and every time there's a call, we have one less officer and one more would always be helpful.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to the next topic of economic development. Mm-hmm. What is your vision for the city of economic development, and how to do something about all of the vacant buildings that are in town?
I know the Planning Commission has been working on some plans. They've had to go back and forth with the city attorney on some issues with trying to revamp the the empty buildings and the empty businesses in the community. It'd be nice to see more businesses want to come in. I was amazed that the mill came in and did an outstanding job for the mill and what Dustin and them did for that facility. And I'd like to see more of that come to Milton, especially local owners coming in. Just makes it outstanding to have local ownership invested in Milton.
Yeah, that's a great place to go. It'd be great to have more places like that, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, especially a Safeway. There's a few empty spots, especially with Albertsons being so open. Doesn't help have an empty parking lot, so I'd like to see some stuff go in.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you mentioned a moment ago about traffic, and you know, as Milton has, they've kind of become a pass-through city, and traffic has become increasingly worse. So, what are some ideas that you might have to alleviate some of that?
Back in November of last year, Mark Howlett presented a traffic package to council. In that package, he had some suggestions with some of the traffic data that he's come up with. I volunteer with the Milton Police Department. I actually run the speed machine through the city for people that have complaints and stuff. And some of them are legitimate complaints, and then some of them aren't, unfortunately. But it's a perception too. So, but there are a lot of areas that are pretty bad, and the traffic, I think WashDOT needs to come up to bat, and I think the state needs to come up to bat and help out and mitigate these issues, implement some traffic calming strategies, and especially Highway 99, get some more enforcement especially from Washington State Patrol. So I talked to one of the sergeants up there. I can't remember his name, but he said that he was going to try and get some of the DOT officers up on 99 a little more often.
Okay.
So, but that takes more than one person asking, so it definitely needs citizens to step up and ask as well.
Yeah, very good. Okay, next question. Talking about the Growth Management Act, how do you plan to grow the city according to the Growth Management Act?
It's going to be kind of hard for Milton. We're kind of a small city, but we do have a lot of partners with, Fife, Edgewood. So I think it's going to require a partnership between the three cities. Growth Management Act is going to take some resources from Milton, but I don't think we have enough resources to just do it on our own. I think we're going to have to partner. So, and that's the biggest thing that we're going to face, and especially trying to get more involvement from the state in our area. If three cities go to Olympia and say, "Hey, we need support and help in providing the strategies under the Growth Management Act," then you need to help us provide that.
Yeah. So having the relationship between all three cities is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your top agenda for the city council? Your objectives?
I think the biggest thing is getting the city to involve the citizens more, and the citizens to be involved in the city more. Because as an elected official, even the current council can't do their job without input from the citizens. If they can't hear what you want, then they're only going to react to what they think is best, and it might be different from what you think. So definitely citizen involvement, and bringing top objectives, traffic, police officers, and definitely community. We got to emphasize Milton's been a great community to everybody, and we need to continue that.
Very good. So public service, have you had other opportunities to of public service, and what were those? And
2011, I was on the original events committee from 2011 to 2013. 2013 to 2014, I was the chair. And then after I went overseas in 2014, and we had Tony Benes came in, and then Susan, and then April came in. So all of those guys did a great and wonderful job. When I came back, I started participating with the city again, and recording the city council every meeting.
Yeah.
Me and my wife attend every meeting, and then we had
Amy, can you lock the door?
oh,
Sorry, we're live here, and I didn't realize I didn't lock our front door. I'm worried that we're gonna get someone.
So my wife and I attend council every meeting, so, and then I also participate with East Pierce Fire Rescue. I attend their district meetings, and we attended, you and I both were on the advisory committee for the East Pierce Fire Bond.
Yeah.
Thankfully it passed, and we're getting a new fire department.
Yeah, definitely, yes, thumbs up on that.
Yeah. And then I continue to serve with the 4 committee on that, and I continue to go up to East Pierce and provide input from citizens that I hear and try and help their what they perceive in our area too, because there's a lot of plans in place through the fire district, and it's not just our city, so we need representation there.
Right.
So.
Okay. So how do you see the city interfacing with the community? I know you touched on this a moment ago with communication and getting the community involved, but how do you see that as it is now and going forward?
The stuff with the senior advisory committee or the senior society, that was unfortunate, and I've talked to both sides on it, and I have my opinion. It's Richard's opinion only. And I think going forward, we do need to develop more community programs and more programs that are for everybody, and bring those to the city. And the mayor's been really proactive in trying to get those coming forward and getting community groups involved, you know, like this, I'm at a loss. But other groups involved in bringing those assets to the city and providing those for the youth groups and the senior groups. So it's important for the community to know that they can go to the city and voice their opinion and voice their concerns, but at the same time, the city's been very open and coming back to the citizens and saying, hey, how do we resolve this? So.
All right. Well, I see that we have Aaron Williams watching. Aaron, are you coming all the way from New Zealand? I know that Aaron lives in New Zealand now, so we'll see in just a second.
Wow,
I don't know if you remember Aaron. Aaron used to run the Chamber of Commerce before I got here. So he's my predecessor. I'm his predecessor. Yeah.
I think I met him one time with I think April was here when he was just leaving.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, Aaron is great. Love you, Aaron. Okay, so next question. Talking about business and interfacing, how do you see the city interfacing with business? And you know, as it is now and in the future, how
I think the city can do a little better with interfacing with the businesses. I know certain departments do better interfacing. The police department, obviously, you know, because of their.
Yep, he's watching from New Zealand. That's pretty cool.
The police department interfaces very well with businesses, and unfortunately for negative things, but I think the city can do a lot better helping businesses and achieve their goals along with the city's goals. There's great opportunity out there for businesses to participate with the city, especially with Milton Days, National Night Out, the tree lighting, all those events, and then April's been, and the events committee's been doing a great job with the bingo night, and would love to see that again. I wasn't able to make the last one, but hopefully they'll schedule it a little better where I can make it.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Would you consider Milton is a business friendly, a good place to do business? Are they business friendly?
I think Milton's an excellent place to do business. We have a unique environment where we have storefront facilities with little mom and dad shops that run out of their homes. So we have a great I don't know what they call those, where they run out of the home, but
Oh, home-based
the
business,
home-based
yeah.
businesses. We have a good number of those, and the citizens seem to do very well with that, and the city does get some tax revenue from it, so it's a great opportunity for the city to grow that aspect along with the business storefronts.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting close to the end here. So that you're running against 3 other people. So there's several people in this race.
Yep, we're in a primary. Sorry.
Yep, we're in a primary. Yep, you're on the primary ballot. And what question would you ask of your opponents? Probably not one particular, but if you had a question to ask of each of your opponents, what would that be?
I know all of them. I don't know them personally. I know I've met with Phil and Mark, and I know Phil, Mark, and Noah, and I know Mark casually as well. And they're all great guys. They have great ideas. I think the idea would be what is your best offer for supporting all of Milton, not just one aspect, but all of Milton. What's your platform for that?
All right, and then what would your answer be to that?
Well, I think Milton is in need of some more stuff, more community, more involvement, more people being involved. So I think the city needs more, and we need to get the state involved. We need to get WashDOT involved. We need to get ST3 involved, because it's all converging on Milton, and it's going to be worse here shortly. So hopefully we can get everybody involved and help mitigate all of it and provide the citizens more as well.
Okay. So wrapping it up, do you have any final thoughts? Anything that you'd like to say? Any?
I think the citizens of Milton are great people, and I know everybody has their positives about doing stuff and helping out. If they would help out the city, June last weekend was the cleanup day for city park, so that's awesome. And park boards needs more help. Planning commission can always use an extra person in the background to help out. Events committee always needs help. Milton Days is coming up, so August 17th. So be out there, have fun, enjoy the music. Then National Night Out is coming up as well, 6 August, which is primary day as well. But I'll be at National Night Out, so don't worry.
Okay, great. Well, there's a lot going on this summer, a lot going on. So that's fun stuff. Well, I just want to remind everyone to get out there and vote. Well, you don't have to get out there actually. Just
do it from
just
home.
mail it in. Yeah, it's all mail in nowadays. So. Voting day is August 6th, so don't forget that. Make sure your votes are mailed in by August 6th.
Oh, and Milton has a drop box too.
Okay, Milton has a drop box, and I think that there's one. Is there one at the post office too? There usually is one at the post office.
I believe you can drop it off at the post office in the mailbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and please be sure to join us next time. Next week we will be interviewing Deanna Keller, who is running for the Port Commissioner. So we'll be interviewing her next Wednesday, July 3rd at 10 a.m. So please join us then. Thank you, and have a great day. And we'll see you later, Aaron.
Thank you.